my name is Sankey, and today we are going to start talking about country blues harmonica, and specifically really sort of nailing down the kind of rhythmic side of country style. People like Sonny Terry, and this is a style a lot of people have been asking me about. It's obviously a style which has inspired lots of us to pick up the harmonica. It brings out the very best in the harmonica. It's almost like you're a self-contained band, and this sort of style people used to dance to in duos, you know, Sonny Terry, Brownie McGee, the whole barn dance style. So what I'm going to be doing is taking you through over the next few videos how to build up to do some sort of really cool stuff, I think, and I've had a lot of fun learning this style over the years. People to check out who do this really well: obviously Joe Falisco, one of the finest players in the world. Also a UK player called Paul Lamb, who does Sonny Terry, you know, pretty much better than anyone on the planet. I think Joe and Paul are kind of the ultimate country blues players. So where to start? So we're going to be using an A harmonica, and we're going to be playing in the key of E, cross position. And in order to move forward, like I did with my tongue blocking series, and by the way, if you've followed and been working on your tongue blocking, that is going to come in hugely useful in this country blues series. If you're starting to get a handle on tongue blocking, you're going to love what we're going to cover in this. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, but in order to play good country rhythm, you've got to come right back to the beginning. And even if you're an advanced player, I'd encourage you to follow what we're going to cover today. So we're going to really go over some fundamental things which will give you the grounding to play good rhythmic styles. So just bear with me, and it'll all make sense in the end. So the starting point, even if you're an advanced player here, is to make sure that you are making the air flow backwards and forwards across the harmonica in the most effortless, sweetest way possible. This isn't about playing loud. This isn't about attack or fighting the harmonica. It's quite the contrary. This is all about being smooth and getting the bounce and getting the harmonica to do the work. And it's almost like you are getting out of the way. So what I want you to do is just simply start by breathing in on the harmonica on the bottom 4 holes, and you'll have a sound something like this. And what you're looking for is a relaxed position, and you're looking to be neutral. So a wonderful English harmonica player called Will Greener, he talks about dividing your anatomy into 3 parts. You kind of have your diaphragm, which is like the engine for the harmonica, the bellows. Then you have your sort of chest and throat, which is kind of like the resonance chamber. And then you have your mouth, lips, tongue, sort of jaw, which is like the nozzle of where the air goes. And thinking about these particular components, keeping your anatomy relaxed, not bringing your shoulders up like this, and just being as neutral as possible is really key here. And you'll be surprised, some of you out there, how quickly you run out of breath. But when you're breathing in, what I want you to do is really focus in and connect with what's happening with your diaphragm, with your chest area, with your shoulders, and really think about the presence of the note, or the chord rather, in your mouth and how it resonates in your throat. Really try and connect with it. And a lot of players probably just get on the bike and start pedaling, have never sort of gone over and really connected with this stuff, and probably the same for a lot of advanced players. So it's just a case of and you're not looking for any vibrato, none of that, just neutral, vanilla. Smooth, neutral, relaxed. And then the same breathing out. And really try and connect with what's happening. It's really important. And then what you can do is to add some time in there. So hold your breath in for 8 beats and then hold your breath out for 8 beats. And what you're doing is you're going from the 1 chord to the 4 chord. Very, very simple. And so on, and really keep it relaxed, controlled, and some of you will find that quite surprisingly difficult. So the next thing to do, all of this will help the country playing, is to add some tonal variation. Now, what a great thing to practice here, I've talked a little bit about this before, is on that chord, so we're neutral, is then to try and make the sound as big as possible. So then what we want to do is open the throat and drop the jaw, and you can get a big tonal variations. Sounds like this. Just practice doing that, so you're going from a kind of neutral position really changes, and the same breathing out. So the key thing here is the notes are not changing, the chord is not changing, just the tone of it. So you're going from a thin sound or a neutral sound to a warmer sound. But you mustn't choke the notes, there must be no pitch variation. The notes stay the same, it's just you're changing the tonality of it. Great thing to practice breathing out. Crucial, you'll see later for country playing. You get these little, it's those little bounces, so you need to get these tonal variations. There is a method in my madness. And then the same breathing out. Okay, so then what you can do is you can hold your breath in for 8 beats, first 4 neutral sound, next 4 fat sound, and repeat on the blow chords. You're going from the 1 for the 4 chord. And for the beginners out there, you're starting, you know, to just try and make some nice sounds on the harmonica. You're not trying to do something flash, running around and sound like a squealing cat. You're just making some nice sounds. You're starting to make some music. So. Okay, so we've got 2 positions. We've got a neutral position and we've got a fat position. So now we want to add in making the sound as thin as possible. Okay, so again, you do this by moving the sound forward. So fat is kind of back here, like you swallowed the note. Thin is like you've eaten something sour, and it's very forward and towards the lips. Okay, so again, tonal variations. So you can go a long way without even using your hands. So same thing, try those tonal variations and keep it in time. All the while connecting with what's happening with your anatomy, not hunching up, not tensing up, all relaxed, but just thinking about the engine, the resonance chamber and the nozzle, okay? And just keeping that all relaxed and connected, and really trying to dial in to the quality, the presence of that sound in your mouth, in your jaw, in your resonance thing. And a lot of players have never gone through that process, and it's really, really important. So you can learn to shape sounds on the harmonica, which is crucial for this. So then the next thing that you can do here is you can bring in your hands, all right? So again, going thin and fat, so it kind of sounds like this. And you can just make your own rhythms up. Now the key thing there is you keep, your breath is constant. You're not emphasizing anything with your breath. You just keep breathing in, and the variation just comes from your hand. So it's like you've got to think about two things at once. You've got to control your breath, just keep that going, and shape that sound with your hand, okay? Just keep neutral and relaxed with the breath. Don't change it. Done. So you can bring a lot of interest and variation in there, thinking about going thin, neutral, fat, using your hands, counterpoint rhythms. So a lot to work on, even as an advanced player. And the reason for this is you're looking to get the reeds moving sweetly, like they're just ringing on their own. So that's the basis of getting this. It's smooth, relaxed, the air's coming back, it's effortless, it's not and angular, okay? So pulling it right back to these basics is absolutely fundamental if you want to play that kind of Sonny Terry country style. So I hope that's useful. Next video we're going to start getting into some of the aspects of some rhythm examples, and we'll be on our way to some grooves. I hope you found that useful. Thanks a lot.